God, I got a word for you. We're going to go to the Old Testament here and the book of Numbers, the 14th chapter and the 26th verse, and it reads like this. And the Lord spake unto Moses and said unto Aaron, saying, How long shall I bear with this evil congregation, which murmur against me? I've heard the murmurs of the children of Israel, which they murmur against me. Say unto them, As truly as I live, said the Lord, as you have spoken in my ears, so will I do to you. Your carcass shall fall in this wilderness. You know, the children of Israel, God had delivered them out of Egypt, out of the hands of Pharaoh. God had been gracious to Israel, and God had promised them the promised land. He promised them, He made a promise to them that they will enter into the promised land of Canaan. You know, but before then, they had to go through the wilderness. And you know, in that time of their testing, they had to depend on God each and every day. And instead of them responding to God in faith, remembering how God had brought them through so many times before, the children of Israel responded with murmuring and complaining. You know, God had been so good. He had provided for them quail, and then He turned around and God blessed them with manna from heaven when they needed food to eat, and the soles of their shoes didn't even wear out. God was good to them and gracious to them. But you know, when the time of testing came, the time to trust God, they began to complain. And you know, I wanted to encourage you in this lesson that we be careful not to murmur and complain. When we're going through our wilderness experience, when we're going through our time of testing, God wants us to trust in Him and remember the many times that He has brought you out, and how many times He has provided for you, how many times that He has rescued you. And guess what? God wants us to remember that in faith and knowing that whatever circumstance you're going through now, whatever wilderness experience you're going through now, God wants you to respond in faith. He wants you to respond in trusting in Him.